Elvis, my colleague Danielle failed the teacher certification test several times before finally passing it this summer. We were so relieved when she did. Wouldn't it be funny if you called her and said, "Ooh, sorry, you can't have that certification. You've been tested way too many times. We have to have that back, please."
Oh, no.
Without a certification, teaching isn't as quite as fun, is it?
Nope.
Well, perfect time for all of our teachers listening. 9 out of 10 teachers do listen, and the other one is just stupid. We have a lot of teachers listening to us. So this comes to us from Carmen. Carmen is phone tapping her colleague Danielle. Skeery Jones is calling Danielle from the Board of Education. Let's listen into today's phone tap.
Hello?
Hi, so I'm looking for Danielle. Please.
This is her.
Oh, hi, Danielle. This is Harvey Greenberg, Director of Certification for the Australian Board of Ed. How's everything?
Good, how are you?
Now, we have on file here, interestingly enough, that you had passed your CST, but not in one try. Could you elaborate on that?
Just with working a lot and stuff like that, I had, I didn't pass at all. I had a lot going on and just taking the test and stuff and working and stuff.
Yeah.
But I wasn't aware that was a problem.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have come up as a problem.
Yeah, it actually is a problem. It's a blemish on the school system, and we cannot certify you. I know you've received your documents and all that, but we have to take this back.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, because all your friends have probably passed the test on their first try.
Regardless, you sent me my certification. I mean, that's not a downfall on my part. That's a down on you.
It's not even like you failed once. You failed 3 times in one test. How does that happen?
How does that happen? I'm sorry, but I had a lot of personal issues going on.
What happens when you have a lot of issues going on every day inside the classroom teaching and...
They're over. They're done with. I've moved on with my life.
You know, parents frown upon teachers who have failed these tests, especially more than once, and in your case, several times.
I've never heard of that. The principal didn't even say anything or ask me that. So if there was a question of me being hired...
My computer made an error, ma'am. Everyone
It doesn't matter. You don't just make errors like that. That's a fault on your fault. I already received it. And there's no such thing as if you don't pass the CST, you don't get a certification.
It's quite obvious there's a lot of things you don't know.
But that's not one of them, because I would have been told that if that was an issue.
You obviously didn't know the answers to the CST the first 3 times. You didn't know that either.
You know nothing about me. How dare you speak to me like that? I was given a certification. I was told that no matter whether or not I failed, they knew my situation was going on, that I wouldn't have a problem getting certification. You don't know me. You're telling me that I failed the CST. How could I be a teacher? How dare you speak to anyone like that?
If you take the test a couple more times and pass twice within a month, I'll give you your certification back.
Well, that's not good enough for me, because I already have my certification and I already have a job. So you can't call me today and tell me to sign up on my test without expecting me that I'm going to fight this or somehow cause a stink. But you have no right speaking to me like that whatsoever. How dare you speak to me like that?
That whole documentation is as good as garbage.
You can't call me today and tell me that I'm not certified. I've never heard of such a thing.
I have news for you. I just did.
I want to know what happened. I want to know why all of a sudden, because I know that I'm not the only one, and I want to know why I wasn't told that if I failed the CST 3 times that I had to take them again, and you waited till today. Yes, if I wasn't a very good teacher, I wouldn't have got hired.
It's gotten hired, ma'am.
So I don't know why you're speaking to me like this. I don't really know who you are. I don't know why all of a sudden you called me to tell me this. But if I wasn't a good teacher, I wouldn't have been hired.
Hey, Danielle.
Yes?
This is Skeery Jones from Elvis Duran in the Morning Show. You've been phone tapped.
Phone tapped me.
Danielle, Carmen wanted to get you good.
Oh, my God. I hate you.
Elvis Duran phone tap. Have an idea for a phone tap? Go to ElvisDuran.com. Click on the phone tap tab. Tell us what you want to do.
This phone tap was pre-recorded with permission granted by all participants.
The